Urgent assistance.
In modern Britain,
There's been a big accident.
the most dramatic 999 calls
The car is now on fire.
often require not one, but two emergency responders.
I'm a police officer, she's a paramedic.
In Kent, one of Britain's biggest counties,
I'm just thinking if we just cover it all.
a groundbreaking joint response unit has been formed,
Ready, set, lift.
where both police and paramedic combine in one specialist vehicle
You've been arrested for assault.
to answer some of the most extreme 999 calls.
Right, stand clear. Everyone clear? Shocked.
We already outdone ourselves on that one.
Face the wall.
Mate, I can't believe we got him.
Coming up,
Get here now.
a car thief, armed and dangerous.
What have you got in your pocket? My pocket. Got a Stanley blade on him.
A driver in distress.
What's happening? If you come with me, I'll show you.
And a high-speed collision puts lives at risk.
The driver of the BMW is very lucky to be walking away.
The Joint Response Unit of the South East Coast Ambulance and Kent Police was set up to help speed up response times to every kind of 999 call.
Kent Police, where's your emergency?
From violent assaults
Where has the victim been wounded?
to road traffic collisions.
I'll get someone out as soon as I can.
Using state-of-the-art, high-performance cars fully equipped for police officers and paramedics. And with a top speed of 125 miles per hour, the JRU get to certain call categories on average 20% faster than standard ambulances,
What if we could send police and ambulance for medical support, please?
which saves both time
Right, stand clear. Everyone clear?
and lives.
The male has been assaulted. He is conscious and breathing, but he has got quite a nasty head injury.
Paramedic Jordan and Special Sergeant Hannah are responding to an urgent call.
We're going to a member of the public who is currently got a head injury. He's currently being restrained by another member of the public for trying to get into a vehicle. So it seems that he was trying to potentially break in or steal a car.
Incidents like this are made for the Joint Response Unit.
So it's a perfect JRU job. With a head injury, perfect for a paramedic to check him over, make sure, obviously, if he needs any medical attention, and obviously for the police, in case there has been any offences in terms of burglary, theft from a vehicle, anything like that going on, or criminal damage.
Another police unit is already at the scene,
Hiya, guys.
but Jordan is the first paramedic to arrive.
He's a known heroin user.
Yeah.
He has got quite a lot previous for theft from motor vehicles. That's how he tends to fund his habit. From what we've been told, is he's been seen to be trying to break into a vehicle. He's then being chased by the person whose vehicle it is, and then they've restrained him. Seems like they've been a little bit vigorous in their level of restraint.
Are they still here?
No, they've gone in the vehicle that was attempted to break into. He hasn't moved from this position.
So was he talking to you when you first
No.
arrived? No. Was he like
No.
this?
The injured man could be unconscious due to his head injury, but drugs may also be involved.
So he's known to you guys being a heroin user?
Yes.
Yeah.
If he's unconscious because he's taken heroin, Jordan can help by giving him something to counter its effects.
His heart rate's a bit high, but he does seem genuinely unconscious, so I'm just going to check his sugars and then probably cannulate him and give him some Naloxone. Go down the route that he might had heroin or something, some kind of opiate overdose.
The drug Naloxone should reverse the impact of any opiates that may be in his system.
When he was on his back, did you see any head injury on the other side? Because all the blood's on this side. Can you open your eyes for me, mate? Can you try and squeeze my hand?
"20 miles away in Dartford, Special Sergeant Kevin and paramedic Aisha are responding to another call for help.
So we're en route to an RTC that's report of a 51-year-old male who's been hit by a car that was travelling approximately 30 miles an hour. He's currently slipping in and out of consciousness and has got quite severe pain to his ribs.
Any kind of pedestrian versus car is more concerning than a car versus car. Obviously, as a pedestrian, you're not as protected. You don't have all the metal around you that you do in a car.
CCAM aren't aware whether the car's still on scene or not.
They arrive at the location they've been given, but surprisingly, find an empty road.
GR01 control, and we've just got to the location. Can't see any patients or any evidence of any accidents.
Just want to see if there's any other information regarding location. One moment. I think the patient that actually was involved in an RTC earlier has gone home and is inside the property.
Oh, okay, so this hasn't just happened? Okay, we're outside so I can just knock. It's a friend that's called, so we think that maybe they might be one of these properties, so we're just going to have a knock and see if we can find out what's gone on. Hello?
Hiya.
Hello?
Oh, yeah, I was struggling. He's in and out of sleep.
Tell me exactly what's happened.
I walked out behind my dad's car.
Yeah.
And as soon as I walked out, bang, for it.
Okay,
So...
so...
Spun him round. That knee hit him first.
Right.
Spun him round in a circle.
And did you hit the floor?
Yeah, the floor everything.
Okay, so I'm just trying to gauge how the vehicle's hit you. Did it hit your face on the side?
On the side.
So on this side, and
No,
then you
this side.
on that side, and then
I want my knee looked at.
I know, darling, but we need to do this in a certain way, okay? I need to make sure that there's no other injuries that you're not feeling at the moment. Can I lift your top up and have a look at your chest? I just need to feel around your bones, all right?
While Aisha treats her patient, Kevin starts his investigation into the incident, which is starting to look like a hit and run, a serious criminal offence.
I'll have a wander around, just see if we can see anything. We just need to establish what's happened or what the van is, if I can find any ring doorbell that can identify the van, because we've got no details on that driver.
My knees broke. I swear to God, something's not right.
With the man clearly in distress, Aisha has called in an ambulance.
It's all
You're gonna
right.
be all right, Tony, okay? We're gonna look after you.
It's all right.
I'm all right. Always be all right.
Yeah.
There's nothing to worry about. When we panic, you can panic, all right? So he's got some pain in his ribs at the moment. Doesn't feel like they're broken, but might need an X-ray. The main pain that he's complaining of is in his knee, so we need to get a proper look at that. So in order to do that, we need to cut his trousers off. With that kind of speed, he's going to need to go to hospital at the end of the day to have a proper check, because it's quite significant being hit at 30 miles an hour as a pedestrian. Whereabouts in your knee is the pain? Or is it just the whole knee? All right. I need to feel it. Would you like some gas and air while I'm assessing that?
Please.
Where is...
I'm not a coward, but...
Oh, no, it's all right. I know you're in pain, darling. Where's Kev? Is he still here?
Kevin is still hunting for footage showing a registration number so he can identify the driver who's left the scene.
Hello, there's nothing to be concerned about. There was a road traffic collision just down the road, probably about an hour and a half ago. The vehicle that hit the pedestrian came this way. Do you think your camera would have picked up anything I could have a look at?
It seems the homeowner may have the vital footage.
Yeah, it's quite a good view, isn't it?
His heart rate's a bit high, some kind of opiate overdose.
The JRU team are dealing with an unconscious man who's reported to have attempted to steal a car and is a known heroin user.
Can you open your eyes for me, mate? Can you try and squeeze my hand? I do think it is probably drugs. Right, bit of a scratch.
Obviously, preserving his life, I think, is the main priority at the moment. And then we can deal with any sort of offences later on.
A heroin overdose can be fatal, and the team have moved fast to inject the man with a medicine called Naloxone that should reverse its effects.
And hopefully that should make him more arousable.
But so far, it's not working.
He's a known heroin user, so I've given him 2 doses of Naloxone now, 1 IM, 2nd IV, and obviously just seeing if that will rouse him. He's tolerating an OP. I still think, just because of head injury and I don't know the impact, maybe if we get scoop. So level response is coming up now.
Suddenly, Jordan feels the man moving.
Can you talk to me a little bit? You're cold. We're going to get you onto the ambulance. Does your head hurt? Have you got any pain in your head? Yeah? Try and keep your eyes open. Talk to me. Yeah, so he's obviously had naloxone, and quite soon after giving it, within a minute, he started to open his eyes and move a bit more. So that's a good indication that he has had an overdose and the drug that reverses it is working. Have you got any pain anywhere?
No.
Where's your pain?
My face.
Your face. Have you got any in your neck at all?
No, my head.
Okay, where in your head? Do you think you can sit up and point to me? Is it at the top of your head? Where my hand is? Yeah? Okay, any in your eyes? You can't talk? Okay. He's still breathing okay for himself. The only reason I really wanted to get that naloxone in was to make sure that that was the reason he was unconscious. And now I'm quite confident it is.
Now Jordan knows that the man's behaviour is due to drugs and not to a head injury. He can begin the move to A&E.
Can we sit up? Hello? Whoa, whoa.
Mind his head.
Is your head still hurting? Yeah, there we go. Should we try and sit up? Should we try and get on the ambulance where it's warmer? Talk to me. Open your eyes for me. Shall we get you onto the ambulance? Try and sit up for me. Let's stand up. Ready?
Good.
If we get him on his side, this way.
Yeah.
So his level of consciousness is fluctuating with the drug I've given, but his observation is still okay. So we're just going to probably blue light him into hospital due to his level of consciousness, and might have to give repeated doses of that naloxone on the way. So he's better than he was, so we are able to monitor his consciousness and improve it. But if he were to keep dropping off like that, he could potentially drop off and just stop breathing altogether. So he's still a concern for us.
While Jordan has been dealing with the man's injuries, Hannah and her police colleagues are trying to get to the bottom of what happened.
The gentleman that's in the back of the ambulance has been found in a vehicle that doesn't belong to him, so obviously somebody's found him, wasn't very happy. The officers on the scene do know this gentleman, and apparently he does use this technique quite often, stealing from cars to fund his drug habits.
It seems the man has been attacked for trying to steal something from the car.
This gentleman, in terms of his facial injuries, he has probably fractured his nose, but he's at least got lacerations to the bridge of his nose that will need stitching or gluing. But from an ambulance point of view, we just need to get him to hospital now so he can get treated properly. When they're unconscious like that, it can be very nerve-wracking as a clinician on your own, but luckily, Hannah was able to get me all the equipment I needed. She knew what everything was called, so that made it a lot smoother. But that's why it's lucky when you have an officer that's experienced working with the JRU, because they can help set things up, so I'm not doing everything on my own. And that way, I can actually monitor the patient properly until the other crew gets there.
In Dartford, Special Sergeant Kevin is investigating the claim that a man has been injured by a hit-and-run driver.
The van's driven down this way.
His search for clues has led him to some video evidence footage of the accident taken by a neighbour's doorbell camera.
Now, at the moment, I saw a van matches the description, but unfortunately, I can't see that it was involved in an accident. It just looks like it pulled out from the house just up the road.
Kevin can't be sure if he's got the right vehicle, but this could be a vital breakthrough.
Top one, top 3 ribs.
The man who's been knocked down is being checked over in his home by paramedic Aisha.
They don't feel like they're broken. When you feel bones, if they're broken, you can normally feel sort of a little bit of a crackly sensation under the skin, but you've got a lot of muscles in that area. Yeah. And if you've hurt those muscles, it's gonna be really painful. Sorry, Tony, I just need to feel all around your head, make sure you've got no bumps.
It's not me, it's my heart that hurts.
Your heart hurts?
Yeah.
Whereabouts in your chest is that pain?
Ribs.
Your ribs. How much pain are you in at the moment out of 10?
About 9.5.
All right, do you mind if while the officer's speaking to you, I pop a little cannula in, little needle?
Give me some pain relief, please.
Yeah.
That's all right. It's all right. So,
I need to try and get a proper blood pressure, so whilst Kevin's talking, I need you to keep...
So you're crossing out, you're coming out your drive?
Yeah. They were doing a wheelie on the motorbike. I was angry and I walked out, went to kick him off it, but I didn't see the car behind. Right, mate.
Was it a car or a van?
With the van.
Is this the van here? Is that the van there?
Yeah.
That's the van, is it?
Must be,
yeah.
Must be.
Kevin now has a visual confirmation that it was the van that hit him.
So his blood pressure's quite high, which is a little bit of a concern considering he has hit his head and he's previously had a bleed on the brain. So a little bit concerned that is so high.
Concerned about his potential head injury,
Right, all your weight free, a good one, all right?
Aisha has directed the ambulance to take Tony to Princess Royal Orpington, which has facilities for specialist neurological examinations.
Well done. Right, and I'll give you a hand with your legs, all right? We've chosen to take him to a hospital that deals with both trauma and neurological conditions. His blood pressure's still really high at the moment. He is going to need some x-rays, some scans in hospital, make sure there's nothing further going on there. Keep an eye on him, try and get that blood pressure down and just make sure there's nothing going on like a bleed on the brain.
Road traffic accidents involving pedestrians will often end up in a 999 call. But head-on collisions between cars can also lead to life-threatening injuries. Special Sergeant John and paramedic Alex have been called to an RTC.
One 18-year-old and one 30-year-old head-on collision. One patient has chest injuries. The notes that we've both got sound like it's quite a large RTC with probably quite a bit of damage to the car.
Kent is one of the most dangerous counties for driving in England, with over 50,000 reported accidents in the last 10 years.
Yeah. You can see the car here, it looks fairly damaged, side impact as well. So we'll grab some kit and go and check them over.
It's such a serious collision that several police units have been called to assist with the aftermath.
I mean, like, big chunks of metal that's come off of this.
Yeah.
It's just shredded it.
One of the drivers is reported to have been hurt in the crash, but it's not known yet how badly. The other is refusing to be assessed. As the first paramedic on scene, it's vital that Alex sees both drivers immediately, as there could be serious injuries. The JRU team of paramedic Nathan and Special Officer Jack
Yeah, received. Thank you.
are on patrol and have been asked to help search for a suspected thief in the area.
A chap has been seen to break into a car, take someone's wallet, and the owner of the car has seen him do it, has chased him, grabbed his wallet back, and he can still see the suspect along the road. So we'll go and see if we can find him. I don't see anyone.
I believe last seen by the car dealership near the alleyway there.
There he is.
There he is, yeah, go.
As they turn a corner, they spot something.
03 males running up Maidstone Road. So go on. Oi, stay there. Get here. Get here. Get here. Jump over here.
That's my mate.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Stay there, stay there, stay there.
That's my mate.
Are you sure?
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
But the man they stopped isn't the thief. He's one of the good guys, a friend of the person whose car was broken into.
The victim's friends are out having a look for him, and he matched the description to a T. So as we pulled up, Luckily, his mates were there and said that it wasn't him.
The thief may still be on the run, but at least the victim of the robbery managed to take a picture of him as he ran away.
Go on, let's have a look. If it's who I think it is.
He's got a cut across his nose.
And Jack may know him.
I'm pretty sure it is.
The suspect is a one-man crime wave, a known heroin addict who repeatedly breaks into cars in the county. In fact, it's the same person Jack's colleagues Hannah and Jordan dealt with just 2 days ago.
Can you open your eyes for me, mate?
He'd been assaulted while allegedly breaking into a car, which explains the facial injuries the 999 caller had described tonight.
I saw him in custody the other day. The usual MO for this guy, that I think it might be, is that he'll just go around, he'll smash windows for cars, just put his hand in and see what he can get. So if people leave a phone lying around, a wallet, a sat-nav or something like that, he'll just have the window in and away he goes, and you know, he could do 10 cars in an hour.
It's now more than 10 minutes since the 999 call came in, and the chances of finding the suspect are getting slimmer.
Just carry on having an area search, see if we can find him, but there's so many little roads around here that it's unlikely.
After a lengthy and unsuccessful search of the area, Jack and Nathan decide to pull into a petrol station for a breather. At which point, Jack suddenly spots someone.
Yeah, that last job I just dealt with, I think I can see the suspect at the co-op. You got any units that are close by?
Stand by one.
The suspected car thief is on the forecourt in front of them.
Yeah, now.
In North Kent, JRU Special Sergeant John and paramedic Alex are at a road traffic collision. One of the two drivers has been detained and is still refusing medical assessment.
If you feel okay and you don't have any injuries, then... No? Okay, I'll let you do if any problems, then let me know.
While the other was reported to be injured.
Hello, mate.
I'm okay. I've got a bit of chest pain from weight. Nothing come in the car, the airbags went off.
All right.
Despite the impact, both drivers have miraculously walked away from the crash.
Do you remember everything happening?
I remember being very surreal. Just basically, I've spun and I stopped. I got out immediately and absolutely fine.
Fine. So you've got no loss of consciousness at all? Any pain anywhere at the minute?
When the airbags went off and just hit me straight in the chest.
Okay.
Whilst Alex checks over the young man, John goes to inspect the damage to the other car, whose driver is alleged to have caused the accident.
The driver of the BMW is very lucky to be walking away. Yeah, very fortunate. So I think this is probably quite a high-speed collision.
Suspecting he may be over the limit, the driver of the crashed white BMW is now being breathalyzed.
It hasn't worked, all right. So the time is 23:50. Okay. At the moment, I'm arresting you, failing to provide specimen of breath. Yeah. Okay. So you can actually say anything.
Well, I've asked him to provide a specimen of breath. He's tried it on 4 occasions where he just seems to be extremely struggling with just following basic instructions of blowing out onto the breath test.
But personally, I think you're drunk. Okay.
So I've arrested him for failing to provide.
Okay. You got to shut your hands, mate. All right.
I can smell alcohol on him. He said he's had an alcoholic drink, or either try another breath test back there, or use other means, either urine or blood, basically.
As the driver of the BMW is arrested for failing to provide a specimen of breath, the Corsa driver is still being checked over by Alex.
Take a deep breath in for me. Does that hurt at all? Whereabouts is it hurting? In the centre. Okay.
It hurts more when I breathe.
Do you think your chest hit the steering wheel at all, or was it?
Honestly, to be honest with you, all I remember is the car. When you hit in the car, going off, and I'm just spinning, and I get out, and I'm trying to find my phone, and I run over. I couldn't find my phone. I run over to the other driver to check he's conscious and he's okay. And I'm trying to wait people down to stop.
A small chance that you could have the fractured ribs. It's where the seatbelt went over, I think. So you may well get some bruising. Take some paracetamol when you get home, definitely, because as your adrenaline wears off, you're probably going to become a bit more uncomfortable. If your breathing starts to become quite laboured, or you're struggling to catch your breath, which is really painful when you breathe, pop yourself to hospital, or if in doubt, give us a call back.
For Special Sergeant John, there's still work to be done.
We've now got to start the clean-up, which is going to involve recovery, coming down, taking both of the cars, because at the moment the highway's closed. Even though the time of night, it's still causing a bit of traffic. The driver of the BMW is very lucky to be walking away. I mean, you can see that he's He's taken out a lamppost as well. All the airbags seem to have been deployed on the car, and you can see where he's collided, and it's probably a write-off of a rather nice car.
Stand by 1.
Police officer Jack has tracked down a suspected car thief to a petrol station.
Right, you're under arrest on suspicion of theft of a motor vehicle. You don't have to say anything may harm the offence when they mention a question.
To prove he's the thief, Jack needs to search him.
Hey, what you got in your pocket then?
Nothing in my pocket.
What have you got in your pocket?
Nothing in my pocket. No.
Well, stop struggling then.
No, before, no.
No.
Stop.
Stop struggling then, because you're going to get put on the floor.
They suspect the man is armed. Paramedic Nathan's needed to help with the search.
No, I tell you what, he's got screwdrivers in there. Just hold his hand. You just cut it this. Screwdriver. Pliers.
The suspect is well known to Jack as a serial car thief.
How many times do I have to meet you like this? You break into cars and we catch you. Are you breaching your bail as well? You are, aren't you?
So we just pulled over to have a drink after that job, just to have a little break, really. And then just so happened that he's chosen the wrong co-op to walk past. Jack's gone and arrested him for going equipped and everything else that he's been involved in. Apparently he's known to break into cars quite frequently.
Stand up.
Yeah.
Watch your head.
I don't know, ambulance, please.
I've got a paramedic here.
What's my head, please?
What do you want me to do to your head?
Someone in, I don't know what's the code.
Punch you in the head.
What's the code? This?
Metal?
Yes, in the hand.
Oh, okay, and hit you in the head with metal?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Do you use crack, do you? Do you use crack?
No.
What do you put in there then? It's a crack pipe.
No, I put car.
Keep your hands out your pockets.
Yeah. Too many police looking for me.
Well, stop breaking into cars then.
No. Too many police running over me, arrest me.
Well, stop breaking into cars then. Well, the time is 23:22 and you're further arrested for going equipped to steal, okay? Because I found pliers on it. No, you're not. No.
My money.
No. How do I know? It's not your money.
Yes, my
Somebody else's bank card.
No bank. Cash, I go cash.
No. Not having it. Sit down.
I know.
I know you're not going to run. Because I'll catch you.
A police unit arrives to take the suspect away.
Can we just sit him in the back of there? Nathan's going to check his head.
As soon as Nathan's given him the once-over.
He's got in a scuffle with someone, isn't he?
Once he's in the car, the suspect claims his injury has worsened.
What are you doing? Oi, sit up. Oi. Sit up. Sit up.
My head, I can't.
Sit up.
My head.
Yes, you can.
I can't.
Mate, you've just been sitting up. Oi, the paramedics can't look at you whilst you're laying down.
Joint response.
Sit up.
Okay, so I'll be good. You won't be with me.
No, the paramedic's going to come and check your head.
Yeah. That's right. It's a tiny little cut.
He's got about 5 different
tiny
pairs of sunglasses.
You bleed a lot from your head.
As he's examined by Nathan, Jack continues to search his bag.
I just want to see what else is in here. This is really heavy. Oh, there it is.
It's a knife, isn't it? Yeah, go on, please.
Ah. Got a Stanley blade on him. He's already been arrested for going equipped to steal. We found pliers, screwdriver, and now we've just found the Stanley blade on him. Probably all under the same umbrella. We know he's out breaking into cars, cutting into cars. So we'll be taken off to custody, be booked into custody, and then we can go back and I can go back and do our bits.
It's like a graze. It's a little graze. So he's got a very minor head graze, really. It's bled a little bit and he's got a bit of dry blood down his head, but nothing much really going on there. So custody nurse will be able to look after him there. He's going to go there now and they'll be able to keep an eye on him overnight as he's being dealt with there, with whatever he's done or hasn't done.
But just as the suspect's about to be driven to the cells...
Yeah, Nate, we're going to get him out.
Yeah.
Nathan's needed again.
Pull him backwards.
Here you go, you ready?
The man's passed out and is completely unresponsive.
0003 CK. Can I get a grade 2, please? His arm out of sleeve. Got a shallow breathing. His pupils were all right earlier. In the second.
with drink drivers causing more than 200 deaths on UK roads each year. The JRU teams are constantly on the alert for people driving over the legal limit.
Take brakes off. No, you've got no lights in the back at all.
Police officer Ben and paramedic Lisa have stopped a car which was being driven with no lights on.
She's put her foot back on the brake again.
Take first brake, love.
Right, now they're off.
The female driver seems to be confused.
Have you been drinking tonight at all? No?
No.
No?
That's one glass, it's fine.
One glass of wine? Sorry? OK, can you turn the engine off for me, please, madam? Come over here to the pavement for me. What's your name? Well, in fact, you're driving no lights on and I can smell alcohol, and you told me you've had a glass of wine. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to require you to provide a sample of breath for the purpose of our breath test. If you're about to do so, or refuse to do so, it may make you liable to arrest the prosecution. Do you understand that? Yeah, any medical reason why you cannot supply me with a sample of breath?
No.
None at all, OK. Right. Take a deep breath and blow for me, please. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Thank you very much. OK, the result was 76. At this moment in time, you're under arrest. Suspicion of driving whilst over the driving limit. You were taken back to the police station where I'll place you on a machine which will tell me the exact amount of alcohol in your system. At this moment in time, you have blown 76. The legal limit is 35. OK? Could you do me a favour? Park it, please.
The driver has blown more than twice the legal limit.
Do you have a spare unit, please? I've got one in custody.
The thought of being locked up is hitting home.
All right, calm down for me. We're not going to hurt you, we're going to look after you. All right? All right, what's your first name? No, it's not the end at all.
Would be helpful.
It's not the end at all. It is not the end at all.
My mum would be so ashamed of me.
But there is little sympathy, and the woman will be taken directly to the police station.
What's happening?
If you come with me, I'll show you. I'll explain to you. Right. These gentlemen here, OK, you're going to sit in the back of the car with them, OK? This gentleman will sit in the back with you. I will follow you to the police station. She's upset, but to be honest, I have little tolerance for drink drivers. I see the worst things that happen when drink drivers kill people or themselves. And I know, I appreciate people make mistakes, but there are ways of getting help than going out and drink driving.
His arm out of sleeve? Yeah, he's got shallow breathing.
A man arrested on suspicion of theft has passed out as he was about to be taken into custody.
You've got good pulses, so... Say again? Got good pulses. Was it a crack pipe, did you find? Yeah.
It's the same man another JRU team dealt with 2 days previously.
So he's known to you guys being a heroin user?
Yes.
Yeah.
After he was allegedly beaten up by someone who caught him breaking into their car.
Yeah.
He has got quite a lot of previous for theft from motor vehicles. That's how he tends to fund his habit.
His pupils were all right earlier.
5 minutes after he first passed out, paramedic Nathan has managed to rouse him.
Oh, you're back with us. What happened? Where'd you go?
Hello, mate. Keep your arm still a sec.
Yeah, keep your arm still, mate.
Keep your arm still.
Keep your arm still.
So just checking him over, see what's going on, see if we can figure out why he went unconscious. All his checks come back absolutely spot on. So just waiting for another blood pressure to come back just to make sure it's not an abnormality. He's taken some drugs before we've got here. Did have a crack pipe on him, so...
NAPT scanning.
He's spinning. Can you see stars? You gonna be sick?
You're gonna be sick. Alright, yeah.
A little bit. Have you taken heroin tonight?
No.
Sure? It makes a big difference to your medical treatment.
Listen, if you have taken heroin, just tell us. You're not going to get in any trouble for that.
I know.
You know, yeah?
Yeah,
Have you taken any?
No, I don't take it.
What have you taken? Nothing?
Oh.
Even though the man's denying taking heroin.
My arm.
Nathan suspects he has.
Sharp scratch.
Nice and still, nice and still.
So we're going to give him an anti-sickness, just because we're retching quite a lot. See if that helps with that, hopefully. And then give him some pain relief as well. So he's been assaulted, hit around the head. He was absolutely fine. Was about to go to custody, and then went unconscious in the car.
Well, keep yourself still, keep yourself still. There we go.
That's it.
It does appear that he genuinely was unconscious for a short period of time. Yes, he's under arrest, but we've got to look after him as well. We know that he uses heroin, so the likelihood is he could have just used heroin just prior to his arrest, which is what's made him have this turn.
We're going to go to hospital. We're just waiting for the ambulance to come.
Nathan administers Narcan, otherwise known as Naloxone, a medicine that rapidly reverses an opioid overdose. Nathan's fellow paramedic Jordan did exactly the same 2 days ago.
I'm just going to give him some Naloxone.
When he found the man unconscious.
Your pupils were very little when you stopped responding properly, and your breathing went a bit slower.
Yes, that can go down to police stealing.
I'm just going through his property and bagging it all up for the evidence. Screwdriver, wire cutters, torch, bank card in somebody else's name, it's not his, umpteen pairs of sunglasses.
The suspected thief needs to go to hospital before he goes to custody.
So he's put under arrest, and then in the back of the car he went unconscious for like 2 to 3 minutes, but like proper unconscious, wasn't responding to. Yeah. You sure you're comfortable down there? You don't want to sit up? So he's going to A&E now to try and get to the bottom of kind of why he's gone unconscious. He's still under arrest, so once he's done there, he'll go down to custody and be sorted out there by the police. So, yeah, all in all, quite a good job.
Yes, Nathan did say, is that him? DP Nathan, detective paramedic.
I'll take it. I've been called worse things.
Right, let's go.
Right, let's
get back to custody.
Get in.
In the UK, there are more than 2 million people aged over 75 living alone. Paramedic Aisha and Special Sergeant Jack are on their way to one of them.
We're going to an 89-year-old female who lives alone and has pressed her lifeline, which is something that's connected to their home landline telephone. If they press it, someone will be on the other end of it to answer, see if they need anything. And in this instance, they haven't been able to get hold of the person who's pressed it. So because there's been no response, they'll pass it through to the ambulance service.
We get a lot of lifeline presses. We go to a lot of people that have fallen over, unable to get themselves up. They've got their alarm on them.
1 in 3 people aged over 65 will have at least one fall in a year, and 100,000 of them break a hip.
It's just there. Let's see if I can get an answer quickly. Hello. You all right? Ambulance is here as well.
The patient's daughter and son-in-law have arrived just minutes before Jack and Aisha.
Sorry, darling. Have you got any pain anywhere? No. OK, darling. I'm just going to step over you and feel your wrist, if that's OK. OK, well done, sweetheart. And when did you fall? How long ago? Was it when you pressed your lifeline?
About 9 o'clock, I suppose.
OK. And you haven't got any pain in your neck at all?
No, it's been aching anyway.
Right, how much strength do you have in your legs?
Not a lot.
We're going to do most of the work. So that right leg, I need you to bend it at the knee for me and get your foot as flat as you can. And then Jack's going to put his foot in front of yours so they don't slip.
I don't know why. I wanted to go to the pad out of the wardrobe and I slipped.
Right, so...
You're going to hold on to me and not the radiator?
Yeah.
Hold on.
3. 1, 2, 3.
Come on.
We've got you.
We got you.
That's it, have a cuddle.
Don't slip
hang on a minute, we're going to do the same thing again.
Stay there, stay there.
We're going to get you a chair with a back on it, all right?
You stay there. Thank you.
Now Iris is off the floor.
That's better. I can see your pretty face now.
Aisha can begin to check her over and find out what might have caused her to fall.
Right, sweetheart. Is it okay if I do some observations on you? Your pulse, blood pressure? Yeah? Okay, yeah. Iris, are you feeling breathless? Be honest with me, darling.
I do get a bit breathless.
Okay.
Iris's breathing difficulties might mean something more serious is going on.
So, sweetheart, so I think that you've got something called atrial fibrillation, and it just means your heart rate's a little bit irregular, which normally isn't a problem. But tonight it's going into a bit of a quick rhythm. So because of that, darling, I'm going to suggest a trip up to hospital. I know you don't want to go, darling. But listen, sweetheart. Listen. But with your heart rate going a little bit quick, I'm concerned that it might start going too quick. Okay? And we're sort of getting towards it being a bit too quick at the moment.
I don't want to go.
I know you don't, darling. We need the hospital just to give you some medications to slow that heart rate down, and then they can send you home with some antibiotics. They won't keep you any longer than they need to.
You all right?
Persuading elderly patients to go to hospital is often the tricky part. Jack helps Iris into her living room, which is more accessible for the ambulance crew that's been called.
Her heart is going far too quickly. That's not giving her heart a chance to completely empty the blood from the top chambers to the bottom chambers and into the body and the lungs. You're right, sweetheart.
18 minutes after they're called, the ambulance crew arrives.
What made me think there's something more going on? She was sitting there very breathless. And so blood pressure has dropped. We were at 150 over 80-ish.
Iris, my colleague's going to move the ambulance and bring your chair in. I'll bring you a blanket as well. Are you happy to come? I know you don't want to go, but it's certainly for the best.
Iris will be checked over at A&E, just a short 10-minute drive away.
Iris, I hope you feel better soon, darling, and I really am sorry you've got to go to hospital. But fingers crossed it'll be a quick one, all right? Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. All right, take care. Bye-bye. Thank you. You're welcome. They can be quite hard, emotionally tough, those sort of jobs. Nobody likes to go to an elderly person who's that upset. It makes you think of, you know, your grandparents, your parents, so it is tough. But ultimately, we've done the right thing, you know, kind of bringing her around to the idea of going into hospital and just making her understand the necessity of it. They won't keep you any longer than they need to.
Speak soon. Get your hands out.
Can we sit up? Well. Let's stand up. Ready?
Good.
How much pain are you in right now? Okay.
It hurts more when I breathe.
Top 3 ribs is.
Oh, yeah, thank God. All right. No,
Top 3 ribs. Them ones.